People sometimes ask me where my stories come from. They expect me to say imagination or inspiration or books I've read, but the truth is, they began with a little girl who missed her dad. I was 4 years old when my father passed away. At that age, you don't understand death. You only understand absence. You only understand waiting for someone who isn't coming home to play with you, to spend time with you, to smile with you, someone who at 4 years old is your world. You understand hearing a laugh in your memory, but not knowing why it hurts. You understand that everyone else keeps moving while a part of your world stops. And that's how I felt. I didn't know how to carry that kind of grief. I was only 4 years old, and I was very close to my dad. So I did this only thing I knew how to do. I wrote to him, letters to my dad, not because I thought he would answer, but because writing made me feel like I could reach him. Those letters became a place where I could say everything I didn't know how to say out loud. I started breathing through those words. The questions, the milestones, the moments I wished he could see. I shared that with him. The ordinary days that suddenly didn't feel so ordinary because he wasn't in them. Looking back, I don't think I was writing. I think I was surviving. I was breathing that way. No one tells you that sometimes the first draft of healing isn't spoken, it's written. Over time, those letters changed. The little girl who wrote to her father grew into someone who wrote stories, then novels, then poetry, then romance. And somewhere along the way, I realized something beautiful. The pain that once belonged only to me had become something other people could recognize themselves in. Because grief wears many faces. Maybe you've lost a parent, or a partner, or a friendship. Maybe you've lost a dream you thought your life would become. Maybe you've lost a vision of yourself, a version of yourself. Loss is universal. The details change, the feelings doesn't. That's why I believe art matters, not because it erases pain. It never does. It never erases pain. It just doesn't. Art doesn't ask us to forget. It asks us to feel. And somehow, feeling together makes us less alone. When I write fiction, people sometimes ask which parts are true. I smile because that's the wrong question. The events may have been imagined, the emotions never are. Every heartbreak I've written, I've felt. Every hope given a character, I've needed. Every love story I've crafted has carried a little piece of my own search for healing. That's the beautiful thing about fiction. It lets us all tell emotional truth without needing every fact to be our own. Stories become safe places. Poetry does something different. It doesn't hide behind characters. It stands in the light. It takes one feeling and holds it gently enough that someone else can recognize their own reflection inside of it. Maybe that's why I never stopped writing, because every page became proof that pain could become something else. Not something smaller, not something forgotten, something meaningful. Writing didn't erase the little girl who missed her dad. It will never erase that. I gave her a voice, and that voice became my life. Sometimes people think artists create because they're inspired. I think many of us create because we're searching for understanding, searching for peace, searching for a way to carry what once felt impossible to carry. For me, writing has been about escaping reality. It's been about meeting it with open hands, looking in the eye and saying, you don't get the final word. Every novel I write, every poem I share, every sentence I leave behind is in some way still a letter. A letter to the little girl who needed somewhere safe, a safe place for her grief, a letter to my father, a place where readers have ever wondered if their pain could become something beautiful like that. I hope they discover what I did. Pain changes us, but it doesn't have to define us. Sometimes, if you're willing to sit with it, to listen to it, to shape it, instead of silence it, pain becomes art. And art becomes connection. Maybe that's the real miracle of creating. Not that we turn suffering into beauty, but that we turn into belonging. In my words, or if my words have ever made you feel seen, then perhaps those first letters to my dad never really ended. They simply found their way into your hands, and I think he would have liked that. Thank you for joining me today, and school.